Pagpadaan sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon. Bigatin DepEden, Dep in Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kampihin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kaDepEd. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kaDepEd. Amihan ng Mindanao, Deped Northern Mindanao. Ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan ng paibabaw. Bigatin DepEden, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon. Bigatin DepEden, Dep in Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Dep in Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao. Bigatin DepEden, bigatin DepEden. Amihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan ng paibabaw. Bigatin DepEden, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon. Bigatin DepEden, Dep in Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadaed. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadaed. Ambihan ng Mindanao, dapat Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan ng paibabaw, bigatin debetin, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong na maangkon, bigatin debetin, dapat Northern Mindanao.
Sound check, 1, 2, 3.
We're always here to serve you no matter how.
Sound check.
Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Dapat Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao, bigatin debetin, bigatin debetin. Amihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan na paibabaw, bigatin debetin, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon, bigatin debetin, dapat Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadaed. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadaed. Ambihan ng Mindanao, dapat Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan ng paibabaw, bigatin debetin, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon, bigatin debetin, dapat Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Dapat Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao, bigatin debetin, bigatin debetin. Ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan na paibabaw, bigatin debetin, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon, bigatin debetin, dapat Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadeped, kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadeped, amihan ng Mindanao, Dapat Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan ng paibabaw, bigatin dapatin, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon. Bigatin dapatin, Dapat Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Dapat Northern Mindanao, ambihan ng Mindanao, bigatin dapatin, bigatin dapatin.
RX Adobe, the Learning Continuity Plan of DepEd Region 10. RX Adobe has a meaningful representation. R stands for region and X for the Roman numeral equivalent of number 10. RX also signifies the Latin recipere, meaning to take. Further, the RX symbol is believed to have evolved from the Eye of Horus, an ancient Egyptian symbol associated with healing powers. Adobe, on the other hand, is a company known for its multimedia and creative software products. As an adopted acronym, it stands for Alternative Delivery of Basic Education. When put together, RX Adobe prescribes creative, innovative, and alternative processes, strategies, and activities aimed at effectively accomplishing the goals of the department. In crafting this learning continuity plan, named RX Adobe, the office underwent scenario planning, which included data-driven analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the delivery of its services. Featured in RX Adobe are the different learning modalities such as face-to-face, distance learning, blended learning, apprenticeship, and homeschooling. It emphasizes readiness on technology, teachers training, parents' role in distance learning, and stakeholders support. RX Adobe further highlights well-developed curriculum, improved learning environment, upskilled teachers, and responsive multi-stakeholder cooperation is underscored in the department's Sulong Edukalidad program. RX Adobe is DepEd Region 10's latest innovative program to deliver effective and efficient services, implement policies and standards, yield best learning outcomes, ensure excellent employees' performance through continual improvement, and sustain customer satisfaction. RX Adobe, Region 10, Alternative Delivery of Basic Education.
Maayong adlaw kanatong tanan, ako si Ramon Gonzalez Abrera, aka Paulo, ang inyong Public Affairs Unit Lead Officer.
Ug ako sab si Attorney Candice Racoma Razon, ang inyong rakista abogada aka Rada. Kami ang inyong kauban,
Kasaligan,
kadangpan,
kadeped sa Bigatin Dapatin. Welcome to our ninth episode of Begotten Deped 10 for 2021. Previously on our program, we had our special episode on the regional press conference with the Deped 10 Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, and the 14 schools division superintendents who answered questions from the local media concerning various updates and the implementation of the region's basic education learning continuity plans across different levels of governance from the regional office, schools division offices, and schools, which are all anchored on the department's Sulong Educalidad program.
That is very right, Paolo. Actually, RD Art is supposed to be guesting today, but his schedule left and right simply get in the way. So we'll have him in our next episode. Gimingaw na mi diri murag dugay-dugay na sad na dili na, wala nato nakauban si RD Art diri sa atong
That's
set
right,
sa
that's
Bigatan. Nevertheless, for today's episode, we will be featuring the schools division of Misamis Oriental, highlighting the effective implementation of its programs, projects, and activities, and their innovations and best practices, among other things. Again, this is MisOR Be More. Let us hear you roar for today's episode of Begotten Deped.
Anong sangay nga ba natin ngayon? Para sa bahagi ng ating programang Anong Meron Ngayon, panoorin po natin ito. Ayan, atin pong natunghayan ang napakagandang video profile ng sangay ng Misamis Oriental. At ngayon po, makakasama natin si Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Jonathan S. De La Peña, si Assistant Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Nympha Arlago, at ang Team Misamis Oriental. Magandang araw po SDS, ASDS, at ang buong Team MisOR. SDS, good morning!
Good morning, Rada and Paulo. Finally, I'm here and we are voting in for this episode. Roar, MisOR. So I'm happy that you used that word from Katy Perry, rakista gini atong abogada, roar, because it's what Be More is all about. First, Be More is a positive word. It's all about positivity and proactivity, and it's a mindset. And we are happy that you used that song from Katy Perry because it talks about us becoming a champion, to be fighting, even if we are in mass, there are restrictions, we should be magnanimous and dynamic.
That's right po, SDS. So SDS, pwede niyo po bang ipahagi sa amin ang tungkol sa inyong Be More initiative?
Okay, I mentioned about it as a mindset, but it's also an initiative. In fact, it stands for bringing excellence by maximizing and optimizing resources in education. And you know, speaking of resources, it comes in 4 T's. We have talent, treasure, technology, and time. In the area of talent, no, that's human resources. Imagine naman, Rada and Paolo, we have around 8,000 teachers and personnel in Misamis Oriental alone. And each teacher is a repository of talent and time-tested strategies that we can use in the new normal. So we might as well use these resources. Another is treasure, and it is represented by funds, no, fiscal management. And since the pandemic struck us, we have been redirecting our resources to what is significant, what is important, and what is relevant. So I have signed a lot of uh, APP that are amended because we have to focus on distance education and the technology that we want to use, that we have to use in distance learning. And the third T is technology. And the last T is time. And remember, time is the most important resources of all types of resources. We have to use it now, maximize and optimize its use, because time that is lost and wasted is time, resources that is gone forever. That's it, Paulo.
All right,
And
so we'll discuss more this talent, treasure, technology, and time. All right, so let's watch this video. All right. So, alam mo, ang ganda ng four T's ni SDS na nasabi niya kanina, yung time, treasure, technology, and talent.
Yes, partner. Fieldy ang 4Ts sa DSWT sa 4Ts ni Miss Oriental.
Which T is your most favorite?
My favorite is T. My favorite T is time.
Time. And why is that?
Because among all those things, unsa ganito yung upat ka T? Talent,
Talent, treasure, technology, and
ang
time.
tira nga isa katong time ang dili na ko makontrol. that is one thing I cannot control, time. So I should not waste it. Dili na to usikan kay dili na nato mabalikan ang time
Alright.
na nawala.
Well, for me, my most favorite definitely is talent. I am definitely grateful to the Lord for the talents that I have.
So unsa man imong gusto partner atong sampulan karon sila sa
Ayun na.
imong talent
No.
dili sad karon.
Not this time. All right. Well, for the meantime, let's do some shout outs here, partner. Okay, let's greet our live viewers.
Nagkantag live viewers
We have from
today.
Jelisa Ipan. Good morning from Talisayan District. Hello.
And Amy Galerita, good morning everybody. Imelda Galerita watching from Alubihid District Division of Misamis Oriental.
We have Sir Ray D. Tabil. All right. My sister again, maayong adlaw sa tanan. Greetings from Baltimore, USA.
And from the MisOR Council, a safe and happy MisOR to all. Magandang umaga po.
Ayan.
Ready na yata ang ating video partner.
I think so.
Gusto ko maging guro. Gusto ko maging sundalo. Gusto ko maging nurse. Gusto ko maging doktor. Gusto ko mag-aral.
In a world that is full of uncertainties, one thing is for sure. Children don't stop dreaming. DepEd MisOR is poised to be more as it wipes out uncertainties by giving more opportunities through education for all our learners. We are ready to bring excellence as we maximize and optimize our resources in education. And these resources are in our possession: talents, technology, and time. Our teachers, resilient as they are, adapt into the new normal. As repositories of time tested strategies, they prepared self learning modules covering the most important learning competencies to deliver relevant lessons in 203 days through physical, virtual, or online modalities. Technology can break barriers, but it can also create barriers. So we make sure that the technology that we use is available in our teaching and learning environment. One strategy on how we optimize the use of technology is through our project modem, or Misamis Oriental Digital Education Mainstreaming. Now, almost 100% of the districts has established the ICT network, which facilitated the delivery of training and other initiatives to now almost 100% of our teachers.
As teachers, we need to make ourselves relevant by adopting techniques that facilitate learning in the new normal.
All these are covered under Elevate. This is to ensure that methodologies used in teaching and learning are varied, learner centered, and multimodal. DepEd MisOR will continue to scale up organizational accountability and responsibility to acquire fresh new perspectives on school leadership through Project SOAR 2.0. All these initiatives are being laid because DepEd MisOR believes that education is a non-negotiable basic human right, and since children's safety is paramount in this time of the pandemic, our modalities should work to their advantage.
This COVID 19 crisis is a test of our character. It teaches us resilience and creativity. It sparks our confidence to try and fuels our tenacity to succeed. It ignites within us the desire to excel and to be more.
At para naman po ipaliwanag sa atin ang tungkol sa talent, yung isa pa nilang T, makakasama po natin ngayon ang Chief ng School Governance and Operations Division or the SGOD, si Dr. Maria Teresa M. Absi. Good morning po, Ma'am Terry. Welcome to Bigaten DepEd 10.
Good morning, Region 10. Good morning, Miss Samis Oriental. Attorney Rada and Sir Paulo, good morning. We beefed up our educational leaders, teachers, and non-teaching personnel by our accomplishments in the context of providing them international virtual trainings, courses, and programs as we partnered with HM Institute of Management and SEMEO. Our purpose here is to improve their talents and ensuring efficiency in the delivery of instruction in the new landscape of education. The pandemic has not hampered our efforts in the integral development of our human capital, our learners. We continue to embrace our mandates and mantra in the delivery of quality instruction. The health challenge posed by this crisis has turned out to be opportunity for everyone to be creative and be more in various contexts. And because tuloy ang edukasyon, tuloy pa rin ang trainings. We now have pool of talented teachers and personnel who are now videographers, multimedia editors and creators, actors and actresses who look good in front of a camera and ring light like you, Attorney Rada and Sir Paulo, becoming the limelight of the show. We explored and appreciated the virtual platform in our meetings and trainings through Zoom, Google Meet, MS Teams, and other media platforms. Thank you.
Daghang salamat, Chief Terry. So, mao ka to ilang initiative sa ilang Be More, MisOR. Murag nikalit gyud ka artista ang tanang tao because of the pandemic, partner.
That's right, partner Narada. Well, after all, it's not a surprise, ha? Kasi sabi nga nila, the teachers are the best visual aids. So, not to worry if you don't have some parang yung materials na para gagamitin sa pagtuturo mo sa mga bata kasi you yourselves are the best visual aids. So we are somehow celebrating the talents of our teachers.
Correct, partner. Walay teacher nga dili animated. Tanan teacher animated.
Agree. At para po ipaliwanag sa atin ang mga nabanggit na mga gawain, makakasama naman po natin ang Senior Education Program Specialist ng Human Resource Division, Dr. Irish Caril D. Monte. Magandang umaga po, Ma'am Caril.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Sir Ramon. And good morning, Attorney Candice. It's good to see you here live. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Ma'am Caril.
Maayong buntag, Region 10.
Maayong buntag, yes.
Maayong buntag,
po
Miss
sa amin.
Samis Oriental. So, Sir Ramon, Attorney Candice, in our division, We believe that our human resource is our best asset, which is why we invest so much in them. So we have conducted several trainings in the past using face-to-face instruction, but in 2020 we shifted to online and adapted the virtual mode of delivery. We initially started with modem, which means Misamis Oriental Digital Education Mainstreaming, which really prepared our teachers in the new normal of education. And we also had our SOAR 2.0, which is scaling up organizational accountability and responsibility, which is a leadership training for our supervisors and school heads. And all of these trainings, although they were conducted virtually, really help in the preparation and the implementation of our BELCP, or our learning continuity plan. So, but for this morning, Attorney no, and Sir Ramon, I'd like to highlight our division training initiatives and partnerships with two very prestigious learning service providers, not only in the Philippines, but in Asia, namely the Asian Institute of Management and CIMEO Inotech. We actually have 7 programs with the Asian Institute of Management, 3 of which are already completed way back in March of this year. 2 are currently ongoing, and 2 more will soon be implemented. And all of these programs are charged to the 2021 Human Resource Training and Development Fund. Our partnership with AIM actually started way back in 2020. We had one program with them back then, which was the Emotionally Intelligent Leader. And we wanted to extend this learning opportunity to our supervisors, our school heads, our teachers, and even our non teaching personnel. And of course, this is done by batch. For Simeo Initech, we have 4 programs, 2 of which are ongoing, and the other 2 will be implemented sometime in July and September of this year. And our Simeo Initech programs will be charged to our 2020, take note po ha, 2020 Human Resource Training and Development Fund, because we know during the onset of the pandemic, we were unable to fully utilize our 2020 budget. So we were trying to maximize our resources now. At Attorney and Sir Ramon, I'd like to pull up our slide presentation for our AIM activities. All right. So first we have Ayan. First, we have the Emotionally Intelligent Leader online program. This is a 5-day online training for our district supervisor, which really allowed our participants to discover their current level of emotional intelligence and understand how to develop themselves as better leaders, managers, and individuals. And this was conducted last March 2021 to 27 participants. Another training with AIM that we had was Crisis Leadership Online Program, which is for the Division Executive Committee members. This is another 5-day online training, which really enabled our participants to understand the complexity of a crisis, which is very relevant nowadays because of the pandemic that is currently ongoing, and the need for leadership. This was conducted last March 2021 to 40 participants. Then we also had our leadership development program. This is particularly for our school heads. It's another 5-day online training, and our school heads were able to complete this last March 2021. And this allowed our participants to gain a deeper understanding and valuable strategies, people management, coaching, and leadership branding. So moving on to our next training, we also had our leadership and project management for development, which is a program that tackles topics such as leadership style, relevance, project management, as well as competencies and skills required for project management. And it will equip our participants, because this is still ongoing. This is a 10-day program, and this will hopefully equip our participants with the tools for implementation. So our target group for this are our district supervisors and our select school heads. And again, this is currently an ongoing program. Another ongoing program that we have with AIM is something very relevant for us nowadays, which is transitioning to digital and how to get started. This is another 5-day program for our ICT coordinators and non-teaching personnel, 41 of them. This learning program will allow our participants how to bring their brand and organization into the digital world and navigate through different online channels. Our last two AIM activities are the following. So we have Fundamentals of Principled Negotiation online training. This will be implemented this month starting on May 18. This will be conducted to select school heads. This is another batch of school heads. Then we have results based monitoring and evaluation, another online training. This will be 10 days. And this will be implemented this month starting May 24 until June 2021 to SGOD and CID personnel. So moving on, allow me to share to you something also very exciting, which is on our partnership with Simeo Initech. So with Simeo Initech, as I mentioned earlier, we have four programs with them. And one that is ongoing right now is the Health Management Excellence for Southeast Asian School Health Personnel, or we call it Health Excel. But this is very special because this will be implemented to our non-teaching personnel, specifically for our school health and nutrition personnel and school health program focal person, all 45 of them. And this is currently ongoing and will conclude by the end of May. Our next program with Simeo Inatech is going to be Gearing Up for Responsible and Outstanding Teachers in Southeast Asia for the 21st Century. Again, this is another DepEd MisOR exclusive. Gearing Up for Responsible and Outstanding Teachers is what we know as Guro 21. But this is course one, and this is for our teaching personnel. We have allotted 150 slots for this training. 150 teachers will be able to avail of this international training for free. Why am I saying it's going to be for free? Because it's not going to be charged in the school MOE, or the teachers are not going to draw out any fund from their pocket, but this will be shouldered by the Human Resource Development Fund. We have specific priority groups of people who can avail of this learning opportunity. The very first teachers that will be benefiting from this particular training will be teachers who are assigned in schools identified as hinterlands, last mile, and off-grid areas with internet connectivity issues. Meaning to say, Attorney and Sir Ramon, that the online classes with Simeo will be conducted every weekend so that it will allow our teachers to find an area where there is a better and stable internet connection. Another group that we are targeting for Guro 21 are teachers who belong to schools with very small MOOE allotment. No, they have school budget constraints and they are not able to send teachers to school. Kasi the usual practice for Guro 21 and all the other Simeo Inotech activities is that it is supposedly charged to school MOE. But the reality there is that there are schools which really have budget constraints. So HRD will be taking care of that. Then we also want to give priority to our teachers who are already 10 years in service and above, yet have not enrolled in any Simeo course. So that's what makes this Guro 21 partnership with Simeo and Inotech very, very special. Okay, moving on. We also have two remaining programs with Simeo. We have the Teaching Learning Excellence in Schools Leadership for Southeast Asia, or Teach Excel. This is intended to 50 newly installed school in charge who are less than 2 years in service, no, or less than 2 years in their present position. And lastly, this is the very first run of Simeo Initech. This hasn't been implemented in any other division, I believe. This is Essentials of Strategic Thinking and Innovation Course 1, or STI. So this is going to be their first run with DepEd, and it will be held in Misamis Oriental. This is intended for our school leaders. All 95 slots are provided for this training. And of course, no, as you can see, we are truly maximizing our resources for the benefit of all our educational leaders, our teaching personnel, and even our non-teaching personnel, because we believe that giving them quality learning opportunity is an investment. And this will really create a positive impact to not only to our division, but the Department of Education as a whole. Thank you very much. And good morning once again.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Karil Monte. Well, partner Narada, that's quite a long list of training activities for our teachers and staff. And if I were the teacher, I would definitely maximize my use of time in participating in all these activities. And speaking of time, that will be discussed more later on.
Yes, partner. And I hope sa sunod na round sa Bigatin DepEd, kaning tanan nga mga trainings for their teachers and for their leaders sa Misamis Oriental sa sunod na round, I am excited to see how this affected or how this created an impact to our learners who are, of course, the heart of DepEd Region 10.
Well, I will definitely have to agree with you, partner Narada. Hindi lang yung pagkatapos ng seminar, wala na.
Yes, we would
Okay.
like to see the impact of these trainings on our learners.
That's right. So let's watch this video, next video.
Iniisip ko na at pinaghahandaan bukas na hindi na pala niya kailangan umalis ng bahay upang tumawid sa tulay, at makipagkaibigan. Hindi ko na rin siyang kailangan pang iwan sa kanyang guro at mga kalaro. At hindi na niya kailangang magpaalam sa akin para may baon siyang dadalhin. Anak, ngayong balik eskwela na ay kapiling na lagi kita. Sa ngayon, ito muna ang baon mo. Ang oras ko, ang ipon ko, ang hataw ko, ang pagmamahal ko. Dahil hindi lang pera o barya ang kaya kong ibigay sa iyong paglalakbay. Sa walang katiyakang panahon at walang hanggang pagkakataon, tuloy ang edukasyon, tuloy ang baon.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, to discuss with us the second resource which was featured in our AVP, we have with us the Budget Officer at Information Officer of MisOR. Dili kay ko kailaan ni Sir Yaha. Si Sir Mark Lauren T. Tejano. Good morning, Sir Marky. Welcome to Bigatin DepEd 10.
Be more morning, Attorney Rada and Sir Paulo.
Sir Marky, we viewed the video earlier, so gusto na mo mapa-explain pa nimo further, what is this treasure or baon project all about, sir?
Okay, thank you. Baon or Budget Accountability for Outcome-Based Learning in the New Normal is a division of Misamis Oriental Learning Continuity Plan, Be More Finance Strand Initiative. In cooperation with the division creative team, this project will produce TVCs highlighting resources in education. And the first TVC was launched last October 2 to 2020 to open the school year 2020-2021. Dahil tuloy ang edukasyon, tuloy rin ang baon, of course. So this baon project hopes to inspire community, to give more and do more for our learners. As today's school year is a totally different baon story, especially to our learners, Attorney and Sir Pao.
Now, aside from baon, napabaylain nga stories or what other stories about children would you like to share with us in this new normal, Sir Marky?
Okay, the first TVC that we launched last year inspired and encouraged our learners, parents, and stakeholders that hindi lang pala pera o bariya ang kaya nating ipabaon sa ating mga mag-aaral. There is more than the bariya o pagkain that is more valuable like our core values. Ang pagsisikap ko, ang baon mo, or ang dalangin, ang pag-aaruga, could be pasensya, lakas, and especially pagmamahal ko ay ang baon mo. No? These novel stories are not from the bulsa, pitaka, or bangko o kaban, but from the heart, no? Where our treasures can be found, attorney.
Yes, Sir Mark. So
Ay.
ganahan kay ko sa tuloy ang edukasyon, tuloy ang baon. Munang nag-law school ko partner para dugay ko mahuman og eskwela. Murag mangita pa ko sunod ani kung asa na sad ko mag-enroll para tuloy ang
Ang baon.
baon.
Well, it's a very authentic experience.
Yes.
Kasi pag sinabi mong baon, talagang ang gaan ng feeling, di ba? Papasok ka sa eskwela, may
Yes,
baon ka.
you feel secured na dili ka magutman while
Yes.
you are in
Ang
school.
maganda dyan, partner, sa initiative nila, kasi yung baon is it's more than just the monetary thing.
Correct.
Maganda yung definition nila ngayon na parang level up yung definition ng baon. Yung pagmamahal, disiplina ng mga magulang na pwedeng dalhin ng ating mga bata, ng ating mga mag-aaral kapag sila ay papasok sa eskwela.
Yes, because the word baon does not necessarily translate to a monetary value, partner.
That's right. All right, so let's watch this next video.
Alang sa ating mga magtutudlo ang pag-edukar sa ating mga magtutunga na liwanag sa huga sa COVID-19. Tungod sa dedikasyon sa Department of Education alang sa pagpadayon sa edukasyon para sa tanan, kaya tagan sa pagtagad ang offline distance learning tungod alang sa mga magtutunga na dili makahimo sa online class. Hugot ang atong pakiklambigit sa atong mga barangay officials aron mahatag ang mga modules nga pagagamitan sa atong mga magtutunga. Nakiklambigit usab kita sa atong mga ginikanan nga aduna sa dagkong tahas sa pagpaedukar sa atong mga kabataan. At sundan ang pagpahigayon sa distance learning. Gikan sa Regional Office ang Project Adobe moagi sa Division Modem Nerve Center. Kini iapod-apod sa District Modem Center ug pagadawaton sa mga school heads para sa produksyon sa mga modules. Kalakip niini ang mga interaktibo nga videos nga binuhat sa mga magtutudlo para sa paghaom sa mga leksyon gamit ang lokal na konteksto. Kini nga mga materyales pagadawaton sa mga magtutungha sa duha ka pamaagi, kuhaon sa eskwelahan o ihatod sa ilang tagsitag sa mga panimalay. Aron sa pagprepara sa atong mga magtutungha sa ating offline distance learning, atong hatagan sa sabog pagtagad ang atong lunang pagtulunan.
Dili ang ating lunang pagtulunan kung di makahimo sa pagtanaw sa TV gamit ang flash drive ang ating mga magtutungha na walay television sa ilahang panimalay. Anda ako karon sa balay ni June. Kini mga materyales ug ang flash drive, iya kini gamiton alang sa iyahang pagtuon. Pinaagi niini pwede niya mabalik-balik ang iyahang mga leksyon.
Gamit sa flash drive tungod kay pwede usab na ko makita ang ilang leksyon.
Nandun ko sa akong module of videos kaya pabalik-balik ang akong leksyon.
All right. Well, partners, so far, ang very inspiring yung mga videos nila. And we already have discussed two resources of MisOR's Be More initiative, namely talent or the human resources training and development, or the financial and financial resources and bond project for their second letter T. This time, we have with us the chief of the Curriculum Implementation Division, or CID, Dr. Erlina G. Dael, to tell us more about this Modem Center. Good morning po, Chief Dael.
Good morning, Sir Mon, and good morning, Attorney Candice. Maayong buntag, bigatan dependen, Be More Morning, Misamis Oriental.
Mayong buntag, Madam Chief. Madam Chief, how is this BELCP Modem Center or the Walkie-Talkie project implemented in the division of Misamis Oriental?
The threats of COVID-19 has paved the way for the implementation of the modular distance learning as an urgent response during continuity of basic education. In our bureaucracy, key leaders, non-teaching personnel, teachers, and stakeholders have joined hands in facing the challenges brought by the new normal form of education. The continuous innovations of educators and active involvement of parents and stakeholders are the driving force of its success. Teachers who have slight expertise in ICT have learned to discover and explore the world of the internet technology. Instead of waiting for opportunities to come in the doorsteps of the school and to allow instead these changes to determine the future of the learners, everyone has learned to passionately take steps to deliver quality education at the doorstep of the abode of the learners through the self-learning modules and the other forms of distance learning delivery modality such as radio-based and TV-based instruction. From being in their comfortable norm of teaching, teachers have upgraded into becoming performers in a tiny screen and the voices we heard over the radio as broadcasters. All these efforts show the engagement of everyone in the division of Misamis Oriental on the initiative Be More as a response to distance learning delivery modality of the Department of Education. Attorney Rada and Sir Paulo, if I may add, the modular learning modality situates the learners to learn in the comfort of their homes. That is why we brought technology to their homes and even to parents, like the walkie-talkie project in Kaulayanan Elementary School. Parents play an important role in the learning process, especially in facilitating and guiding their children in answering the self-learning modules. They are the partners of the teachers in distance learning delivery modality, but they will not teach the subject matter. Constant communication and collaborative efforts among the teachers, parents, as well as the community partners and stakeholders meet the most essential learning competencies that are needed to develop is one of the key factors in ensuring quality education. With the innovations and initiatives of the Division of Misamis Oriental in strengthening the school and home partnership and the new normal form of education is truly possible so that no child will be left behind.
All right. So thank you po, Madam Chief. Before we continue, Partner Narada, greetings muna tayo kasi medyo parang nalululo
Madami
ako dun
na
sa
daw.
mga video presentations nila. Very inspiring. Ang gaganda ng mga video
Kasi nag-queue
presentations
na si
nila.
direct partner, madami daw nanonood. Kaya i-greet muna natin ang ating mga viewers for today's episode.
All right. So
Fire
bago
away,
po tayo
partner.
magpatuloy, let's greet muna yung mga viewers natin. Ayan, sino ba? Ayan, from
nagbasa
Ana
niya,
Joji S. Agulan. Good morning, everyone. Watching from Pinatilan Elementary School District 4, Division of Valencia City.
And we also have Sheila Cahilis. Good morning, watching from Taboo Integrated School, Misamis Occidental Division. Good morning po, Miss O.
Wow, from June Cuevas, watching here from Baracanas Elementary School.
With school ID pa ang gibutang partner.
Well,
we also have Vino Stan Magsakay. A blessed and safe morning to all of us watching from Kasinglot National High School, Tagulwan District. Sorry.
all right, from Emmanuel Ruel Resente, good morning. Watching from Vicente and Chavez Memorial Central School, District of Villanueva, Division of Misamis Oriental. Mabuhay.
We also have Joy Obliosca. Good morning, everyone watching from Lagonglong District. Good morning po.
Ayan, this time from Lynn D. Erlinda Macapanas, good morning, watching from Mamagum Integrated School, West District Division of Lanao del Norte.
And we also have Love Joy Montecillo. Good morning from the School Health Section of DepEd MisOR Be More. Good morning po.
Ayan. And last, Connie Jose, good morning, watching from Ozami City National High School. Alam mo ba, partner, ha? Yung walkie-talkie project technology initiative ng MisOR was also featured in Stories of Hope over GMA 7. Let's watch this.
Morning, ma'am. Ma'am, mama ni Nate Kasagado, mga na unta ko babag sa English bitaw, pinaingat give the number of syllables of the following words. Unsa ni syllables, ma'am?
Syllables te, pananglitan te kaning number 1 te, bag. So syllables niya te, isa ra ka buok, bag. Number 2, example, kaning laptop. So syllables gani, lap, isa ka syllable, top, duha ka syllable. So duha siya ka syllable ang laptop.
Okay, ma'am, copy. Salamat.
Good morning, Sir Jared.
Ma'am. Naman, okay na?
Okay lang.
Apat po lahat kami dito. Tatlo, puro mga babae. Si Teacher Lisel, Teacher Loida, and Teacher April. Yung walkie-talkie na idea, it all started with nagkakaroon po kami ng problema sa communication. Dito kasi po sa amin, wala pong mobile signal, wala pong internet. So that is why po, the only way to communicate with the learning is really to go to the community sa ngayon. Announcement from Colainan Elementary School. May adlaw mga parents. Kung namoy mga pangutana regarding sa modules sa inyong mga bata, pwede na mo mutawag sa ilang mga advisor. Thank you.
Sir, copy. Okay, sir, copy. Noted.
Dito mo sa kanil na nasa balik kanil 5. Binagbabawal din naman po yung pagpunta namin sa mga bahay kasi nga po may pandemya. Hindi natin alam kung baka kami pa yung magdala ng ano, sakit dito. So that's why we try our best to avoid that to happen. Kaya napag-isip po namin, baka meron tayong pwedeng gawin.
Good morning, sir. May Dindagala ni
Ate, good morning.
Mama ni Bibsilen na alang unta ko ipangutana kabahin sa module.
Yes, te. Asa mga subject, te?
Niyang sa ibibibita na subject, sir.
That time, I was trying to do online shopping. Nakita ko po yung walkie-talkie and it caught my attention. Sabi ko, oo nga no, hindi mo na kailangan ng load, hindi mo na kailangan ng yung signal, parating may signal as long as andun po sa kanyang yung area na covered po yung signal based on the yung capacity ng walkie-talkie mo. So, sabi ko, parang maganda to. So, that's why I consulted it to my teachers, to the community, and they were very positive about it. Sinubukan namin pinorchase. At hanggang ngayon, we enjoy the benefits of it. Actually, itong community na to, ang Barangay Kaulainan, Subong Kugon, napakalawak po ng community ito. Malaki po yung land area. Minsan po, yung mga nanay, kahit po doon sila sa kanilang sinasakang yung kanilang tinatrabaho, nare-reach out ng ginamit po sila. Pag nakita po namin na yung learner hindi pa pala nakapag-submit ng kanyang module, napapalo up po namin yung parent. And then kahit nandun sila sa kanilang sinasaka, naka-communicate po namin. And then nare-reinforce po namin to comply with the modules, yung mga activity sheets ng bata. As of the moment po, we have issued 16 walkie-talkies to the teachers and to the parents. So, ang nangyari po dyan, kasi limited lang po yung walkie-talkies namin, ni-strategize po namin kung sino po yung pagbibigyan namin. Kailangan po talaga nating dagdagan kasi nga po kung meron din po talaga yung mga learners na siguro nahihiya silang manghiram sa mga kapitbahay nila, yung parents medyo nahihiya rin silang manghiram, at least bibigyan po natin sila at baka rin ay nangangailangan po talaga din po sila, meron silang mga tanong tapos nahihiya lang sila. So that's why the school is still really seeking funds to uh, fund the purchase of additional walkie-talkies. Siguro mensahe ko na lang din po sa mga magulang ng mga kabataan natin sa Kaulayan Elementary School, huwag po kayong magsawa na suportahan ang pag-aaral, edukasyon ng mga anak ninyo. Kasi alam naman po natin na ang edukasyon nito talaga ang susi sa kanilang tagumpay. At sa mga kabataan, lagi niyo pong tandaan na dito lang kami ng mga magulang ninyo, ng mga guro ninyo na sumusuporta sa inyong mga pangarap. Huwag din po kayong sumuko.
Ayun, partner. Yun ang video on the walkie-talkie project. Now, medyo interesado pa akong mag-inquire more or to ask more about this project. Now, Madam Chief Dael, saan po ba nag-umpisa yung walkie-talkie project natin? And what were the factors that you considered in the implementation of the program po, ma'am?
Okay, thank you. Thank you again, Attorney Rada and Sir Paulo. The Project Walkie-Talkie started at Kaulayanan Elementary School, a school from the district of Subok-Kugon, Division of Misamis Oriental. We commend their school head, Mr. Jared Tambor, for initiating and innovating an exemplary flagship initiative. Poor internet connection and phone signals have been a great challenge for teachers, students, and parents in the implementation of distance learning. Access to educational materials through the internet isn't worth much if the internet itself is inaccessible due to lack of service or network infrastructure. These are the primary considering factors that inspire the creation of this intervention. This project maximizes the use of two-way handheld radios as means of teaching the learners in this new normal since internet connectivity is not accessible in Barangay Kaulayanan. They use walkie-talkie as a form of communication among teachers, parents, and students in their neighborhood. With the help of barangay officials, the Kaulayanan Elementary School distributed 15 walkie-talkies for the parents and students, while 4 walkie-talkies were given to the teachers.
So ayan, kasi hindi maabot ng internet, gumamit tayo ng iba nating mga paraan and resources which are available. And of course, the walkie-talkie, although abi na to sa unang partner, obsolete na ang walkie-talkie, pero karon sa panahon sa pandemya, nakita nato balik ang iyahang gamit.
Well, partner, we can always go back to the basics.
Sana all, ana.
Tawa, di ba?
Ngayon naman po mga ka-DepEd, makakasama natin ang aking favorite ASDS, si Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Nympha R. Lago. Magandang umaga po ASDS Nympha.
Magandang umaga po, ASDS.
Good morning. Good morning, Northern Mindanao. Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, Rada, Paulo. Good morning, RD Art and the regional office team. DS Jonathan De La Peña and Be More MisOR personnel and stakeholders. Good morning, and of course to our all viewers from the different divisions. Mayo ug malipayong adlaw sa tanan. Actually,
yes.
Yes. Actually, Rada and Paulo,
We are truly grateful, no, to our regional director, no, for providing us this what we call Bigaten Region 10, because it truly serves, no, as our medium to showcase and disseminate information about our success stories and challenges met during our journey in delivering instruction to our school children despite the crisis brought by COVID-19 pandemic. And as we traverse this new normal scenario, Arada and Paulo, DepEd Misamis Oriental was able to overstep in dealing the difficult situations and in transfiguring the challenges into opportunities. And as our proactive Schools Division Superintendent, Jonathan De La Peña, time is one of the resources. In Be More, Miss Or, yes, as the saying goes, time is everything. Speed is of the essence. Okay, Rada and Paolo, you have mentioned also asking us, no, how did we maximize time in Miss Or Be More?
Correct po, tama po. Paano niyo po ba mina-maximize ang paggamit ng oras na inyong sangay po?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Rada and Paulo, particularly our delivery of services. I am humbled to share to you, no, our best practices about maximizing time. One is on our delivery of instruction. We have this pre-recorded monthly virtual status reporting from the mayor. This is done by district to keep us updated on what is happening in the field, and of course to recognize the school's accomplishments and to timely provide technical assistance and help the schools address the gaps and challenges, like our enrollment, tracking of Lardos and Sardos, also tracking our non-participating learners, distribution and retrieval of the self-learning materials, including assessments. And what is the beauty in this pre-recorded video and early submission of a PowerPoint presentation, no, to our division ICT focal prior to the conduct of the status reporting is that the observance of time allotment and internet connectivity interruption, no, sorry, time allotment and spontaneousness, no, in their delivery is ensured, no, even there is power and internet connectivity interruption. Tuloy pa rin Rada and Paolo ang kanilang presentations. And not only that, Rada and Paolo, with this strategy, our DEMEA data are more than halfway done prior to our quarterly Armea conference. Okay, so next is on our HR personnel efficiency. You know, Rada and Paulo, some of our HR actions that we considered time is everything and speed is of the essence is on the filling up of substitute teachers due to maternity leave and long leave of absence. After studying the historical data relative on processing substitute teachers, no, to our schools, uh, we have observed that it took us more than a month to provide a substitute teachers. But currently, we have expedited the processing and provided a substitute teacher. Imagine, Rada and Paulo, 1 week before the effectivity of the maternity leave. How? These are the things that we do. First, we issued a memorandum advising the field to process the leave application 45 days ahead of their expected delivery, no, as certified by their OB-GYN. Then we also assigned personnel to take charge and route the maternity leave applications. That includes teachers' clearance and special order within 3 days. And once the SO is signed by our administrative officer, we already forwarded an advance photocopy, no, to the HR in charge for plotting purposes. And to respond to that, there was also a memorandum issued advising the PSTSS and school heads to have a pool of qualified applicants for substitute position based from the RQA. And to prepare a complete set of requirements like authenticated transcript of records and also authenticated PRC ratings, licenses, or etc. Kasi Rada and Paulo, these requirements, if not prepared timely or in advance, can also cause delay. And we find that strategy efficient. And we really succeed in resolving the issue on substitute teachers. Congratulations, Miss Or Be More. Next is on the reclassification, Rada and Paulo, of position items. And of course, assigning high school in charge, teacher in charge, and of course, including district in charge. We have identified that comparative assessment is also an essential requirement, a basic requirement to reclassify a position item. What we did, every time that we do ranking for promotions, the next in rank who is not accommodated for promotion, if qualified, the next in rank is recommended for reclassification for school in charge, teacher in charge, district in charge positions. And we did it successfully, and we are truly maximized time. Third is on the better service delivery are also requested and recommended. No, policies were forwarded to the concerned offices. And to mention, we have the what we call filling up of the unfilled positions. Since 2014, it was unfilled due to those items were affected by the rationalization plan. And we successfully published, and we are now in the process of filling up those 10 position items. And imagine 5 PSDSS, 2 education program supervisors, administrative officer 3, and of course, we have a statistician 8. And we find this personnel also essential in our efficient delivery of services. And next, we already forwarded a position paper to the central office through our very supportive eloquent regional director, Director Arturo Bernardo Bayoco, and then requesting our Honorable Secretary Leonor Magtoles attention to the Office of the Undersecretary Yusek Jesus Mateo on resolving issues regarding delayed filling up of naturally vacated position items due to retirement, transfer, death, and promotion. And also, we are now having in the row, the redistricting and establishing of new districts, considering our division is or is recommended for reclassification from medium to a large division, which is also due for presentation to our stakeholders in the different affected municipalities for their strong support come last week of May. Then we have also the strengthening and institutionalizing the implementation of the regional office initiative, Unified Human Resource Prime System. Example, our online request of the teacher service records now is experienced considering the distance and travel time of our teachers. Lastly, the procurement efficiency. Speed is of the essence despite the pandemic crisis. For competitive bidding, the Bids and Awards Committee advocates the earliest procurement process, that is 26 to 28 days, using on-site and or virtual platforms. And we also scheduled every Wednesday, 10 to 12 noon, for a regular back meeting aside from the emergency meetings to efficiently address procurement concerns. And also, we have the coordination or collaboration with our supply office for efficient performance of our canvassers, our TWG, and inspectorate team. Those are just some of the Be More practices in the division of Misamis Oriental. Thank you and Be More, Miss Or. Thank you, Rada and Paulo.
Daghang salamat, ASDS Nympha R. Lago. Now, speaking of time, as of this time, this Bigotten DepEd 10 episode is not only live at Department of Education Regional Office Region 10 Facebook. We are also live sa DepEd Philippines Facebook page, partner.
Pwede.
Right, that's right. And
Yes.
partner ha, bago lang tayo magpapatuloy. While we offer quality time in the workplace, then let's not also forget time for ourselves, time for the family.
Asagi ka ng hugot ani niya direct. Time for ourselves daw.
Diba? Siyempre, oo. Kasi habang binubuhos natin yung oras natin sa trabaho, huwag natin kalilimutan time for ourselves and for the family. Diba?
Yes, you are correct, partner. And speaking of time, DepEd Misamis Oriental has also given quality time to implement one of the flagship programs of the Department of Education, and this is the Alternative Learning System, or the ALS, or the ALS. So let's watch this video.
Misamis Oriental Division continuously improve and strengthen the implementation of alternative learning system programs with its desire to achieve education for all, where no learners shall be left behind. Amidst pandemic, all ALS field implementers use blended learning delivery with its innovation, the localized and contextualized development of TV-based lessons, or the LCD-TV, in line with the learning activity sheets. With our stakeholders, Misamis Oriental ALS implementers turn pressure into pleasure. Educating the less fortunate individuals is our main goal. ALS employed a learning design that is applicable, practical, and yet remains community-based. The Project Andre, or Academic Nurturing and Developmental Reading for Intellectual Enhancement, is a division innovation where learners may undergo prior for the assessment of portfolios. Project Andre has been useful, for it ensures that every ALS learner is a reader, making them ready and competent in their educational journey.
All right, partner. What an amazing Be More initiative of the Division of Misamis Oriental. Just a little recap. DepEd MisOR shared with us 4 resources in education as components of its Be More initiative. You have their talent or human resources training and development. Another T is for treasure, financial resources, and Baon project. And then they also have this technology, or the BLCP modem center, the walkie-talkie project, and finally time, or timely delivery of education services. Partner.
But wait, partner, there's more. Ganun mo ako gapamaligya sa ng mall. But wait, there's more in Miss Or's Be More initiative, and that is imbibing the Be More mindset. Let's watch this video.
Now, momentarily, here in my office, everybody is restricted to come near me so I don't have to wear a mask. Every close contact I have with other people builds up my level of anxiety. So you see, I am just as anxious as everyone else in this time of the pandemic with all the restrictions and limitations being imposed. Restrictions seem to have defined a new normal. We are restricted to hold face-to-face meetings, to go to the mall, to attend religious congregations, just to maintain the universal policy on social distance. So what used to be often became unfrequented. What used to be usual became rare. And we feel less because emotions are strongly connected to movement and expression. More movement and expression means we feel more. Less movement and expression means we feel less. We might be in a situation where we feel less lonely and sad, but we always have an option to see things differently and choose to be creative, restorative, and innovative. When we learn that schools will be open in August, we start to think about the things that we can't do and we don't have. We don't have online resources. Our teachers can teach online. Our students can access online learning. and so on and so forth. The list can be endless. But I really believe that the first step to take in order to thrive in the new normal is change of mindset. Rather than thinking to be less, think to be more. And so in this session, I will talk about the banner program of Misamis Oriental Division, dubbed as Be More. Optimization is the design and operation of a system or process to make it as good as possible in some defined sense, while maximization is the act of raising something to its greatest value or extent. Using these principles will ensure that the utilization of resources and implementation of initiatives will be done in a way that it will get the best results. The big question now is, do we have resources? The answer is we don't have if we focus on what we don't have. But we have resources in our possession and within our control. What are these resources? They come in four T's: treasure, talent, technology, and time. Treasure represents our financial resources. We need to do realignment of resources by revisiting our strategic plan and division education development plan. There are program strategies and modalities that are no longer relevant. There are also emerging needs that we need to prioritize, hence the realignment. Even our school budget must be reviewed. Our special education fund must be revisited to ensure that it supports the expenditures identified in our learning continuity plan. Talent represents our human resources. Imagine our thousands of teachers and personnel. That is a great deal of human resources. And we need to tap these resources now. Each teacher is a repository of teaching techniques and strategies that are time tested and are quality assured based on the products that they have produced over the years. Currently, we are pooling our resources together by inviting teachers to write modules that can be used in online and offline modalities throughout the school year. By maximizing talent and skills of our teachers, we save money and time in coming up with lesson exemplars that can be used by all teachers. So, before we go outside and look for resources and teacher training, let's look at our best practices first that work best in our own context. One strategy on how we optimize the use of technology is through our project model, or Misamis Oriental Digital Mainstreaming. We see to it that a system is established before we conduct training on content so no teacher is left behind. Now, 100% of our districts has established the ICT network, which facilitated the delivery of training and other initiatives to the doorstep of our teachers. Time is the most important resource ever. Once time is gone, it's gone forever. It's a limited resource that expires every day. So instead of just getting petrified in one corner and do nothing except to wait until the pandemic is over, let's innovate, create, and look for solutions. Some major innovations that we have conducted are the following: SOAR 2.0. This is scaling up organizational accountability and responsibility. This is our capability building program for the supervisors and school heads on digital leadership. Considering that we now operate in a new leadership environment we describe as VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, it is a must to open opportunities to our education leaders to acquire fresh new perspectives on school leadership. Elevate stands for Enhancing Learning in Virtual and Actual Thinking Environments. This is to ensure that methodologies used in teaching are varied, learner centered, and multimodal. This project highlights the adoption of blended learning and other available alternative delivery modes and the promotion of critical thinking and 21st century skills acquisition. This COVID 19 crisis is a test of our character. The more resilient we are, the easier we can navigate through this challenging situation. The more creative we are, the more we can discover solutions and intervention, and the more we can foster a sense of normalcy in this time. Be More is not just an initiative, it's a mindset.
Now, you have seen that video. Ang ganda naman, partner, di ba? Ngayon naman po, mga kaibigan, mga ka-DepEd, pakinggan po natin ang huling mensahe para sa ating lahat ng ating Schools Division Superintendent na si Dr. Jonathan S. De La Peña. Welcome back po, Sir Jo.
Thank you, Rada. Nakakatakot naman ang huling mensahe. Ano yan? Huling lingkay.
Hindi, SDS, parang
Anyway,
ngayon lang po, parang ngayon lang po.
I thought you would ask me what's my favorite tea.
Sige po, ano nga ba?
Your favorite tea is talent. Rada's favorite
Yes.
tea is ano yon?
Time.
Mine is treasure. Because with treasure, you will have the opportunity and the power to enhance the talent of your uh, teachers and personnel. And of course, with treasure, you'll be allowed to beef up your resources and to fill time with worthwhile activities. O, di ba?
Ikaw na po SDS. Suko na po kami.
I rest my case.
Murang na-challenge ko sa inyong favorite tea ganina. But I'm happy that Attorney Rada really highlighted time for yourself. That's why be more careful this time. Always wear mask, face shield, and observe health protocols wherever you are, anywhere, anytime. Always do that. So, be more is allowing us to be creative, no? Be creative. That's why, as you might have noticed, Attorney Rada and Paulo, we allowed our schools to create initiatives also, like the walkie-talkie, because if we empower them, you will notice that they also diversify. We have diverse initiatives in Misamis Oriental that we can offer to you the next round of Bigatin. That uh, also the art really encouraged and motivated us to try things like to do trial and error, to do hit or miss, mao na yung term, hit or miss, because who's perfect this time? Nobody is perfect in an imperfect situation. So we always have to explore new ways of doing things. Always give it a try, di ba? So be more allowed our teachers and personnel and learners to be more creative. And our officials, I also do self introspection. I also do introspection, and I realized that this time of the pandemic, I should be more uh, tolerant about the mistakes. No? Allow people to to make mistakes, no, and learn from that mistakes. More generous this time of the pandemic. Let's be more giving, and let's provide uh, a healthy, harmonious environment for everybody. And lastly, I want be more as a mindset for resiliency and hope. Thank you.
Ayan, thank you very much, SDS. Maraming salamat sa iyong mga aral po. Let's watch these more videos,
Yes,
partner.
from MisOR.
Ayan po mga kaibigan, mga ka-DepEd, napakagandang mensahe para sa ating lahat. Sustaining our resiliency and sense of hope, not only in this time of the pandemic, but in whatever education emergencies and challenges we'll experience along the way. Shout out muna tayo partner bago tayo magpatuloy sa ating next segment. All right?
Yes.
We have from Johanna's,
From the legal unit of DepEd Region 10, good morning, Paolo and Rada, our special investigator, si Joanna Pasco, watching from DepEd Region 10 legal unit. Walay
Ayan, wala po
pabor-pabor.
pabor. Giselle Queenie Valmoria Ibarra, watching from Danao National High School, Hasaan District.
And we also have with us Joanne Maghuyop Maglasang, watching from Mohon Elementary School, Aloran, Misamis Occidental.
Yan, so Marilyn Labandanpino, good morning sir, watching from Antero Uy Roa Memorial School Division of Misamis Occidental.
We have Miss Eleanor Kanumay, good morning, watching from Mantangali National High School, Kinugitan District.
Anelito Calio, Anelito Basade Calio, School Principal of Consuelo National High School, watching at Consuelo National
We
High
also
School.
have Daisy Enerio, watching from the Oroquieta City Division. Good morning.
Ayan, Shimni Naelga Escabarte, good morning, watching from Santa Ana National High School.
And then we also have Christine Tadlas. Good morning from Danao National High School of the Hasaan District.
We also have Beverly Magduwa Tagarda. Good morning, everyone, watching from Balingasag Senior High School, Balingasag North
And
District.
Jason Dungo, good morning from Bonifacio National High School Division of Misamis Occidental.
Ayan. We also have Nanita B. Abarientos Bautista. Good morning, everyone, watching from Gracia Elementary School, Taguluan District.
Amy Calio, good morning, everyone, watching from Sambulawan Elementary School from Lagindingan District.
We also have Diosmin Salas. Good morning, everyone, watching from Alas Balingasag North District.
And then we also have Nicodimos LM Nesario Elmaco, watching from Generoso La Pasaran Senior ES Lala South Division, Lanao del Norte.
Ayan. And finally, we have Omar Sangkil Malinumhay. Jonathan Simon Durban is watching from San Roque Elementary School, Medina District Division of Misamis Oriental, Philippines.
And we also have Sheena Diago. So grateful for these initiatives. Amidst the crisis, we feel more in the field, invigorated to continue serving and inspiring our learners. Be more, MisOR.
Ayan. So, ang dami kayo nanood ngayon, partner. Baka nag-issue si SDS ng division na memo siguro.
Pero kung hindi man, I'm sure they will be supporting their division office as they are
Definitely.
featured today in Bigat and DepEd.
After all, it has become really a choose 10 habit.
Yes, partner.
That's right. And for our Ugma Damlag Kaplag segment, here are some regional issuances for the information, everyone. Regional Memorandum 205, online write-shops on the development of self-directed and differentiated learning activity sheets for first and second quarters. That would be May 17 to 28. We also have RM206, submission of learning assessment analysis, interpretations, practices, and plans for K to grade 12 learners of school year 2020-2021. Deadline is May 14. And RM207, Regional Consultative Conference for Alternative Learning System 2.0, May 11. That's today, partner, 1 to 5 p.m. via Google Meet.
And yes, we also have Regional Memorandum 210, or on the online 56th Annual National Conference of the Philippine Guidance and Counseling Association Incorporated, or the PGCA, which will be on May 19 to 21. That will be next week. We also have RM214 on the Regional Consultative Conference for Divisional Senior High School Coordinators, which will be tomorrow, May 12, via Google Meet. And we also have RM215 on the online survey concerning acceleration program, which will be on or before May 14, and that will be this Friday, partner.
That's right, partner. And may habol ko lang, partner, ha? Belated Happy Mother's Day to all. Mother's Day.
Salamat,
sa'yo.
partner. Og Happy Mother's Day sa tanan mother. O gusto
Yes.
ma-mother din sa atong atubangan. Okay.
Kahit sinong feeling mother, di ba?
Yes,
Kahit father, pero gusto pa rin niya maging mother sa mga anak niya, Happy Mother's Day pa rin.
Because motherhood is not a status, it is a feeling.
Yeah, sana all na naman. And finally, we say thank you to the following for making every episode of Bigotten DepEd 10 possible. Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot Sasa III, of course, our DepEd 10 Regional Director.
We would also like to thank ARD Victor G. De Gracia Jr., who is still on official leave at the moment. And we would also like to thank our OIC ARD Attorney Shirley Ochato.
And of course, our featured division, the Division of Misamis Oriental, headed by Schools Division Superintendent Dr. Jonathan S. De La Peña and ASDS Dr. Nympha R. Lago.
Of course, together with the SGOD Chief, Dr. Maria Teresa M. Absin, CID Chief, Dr. Erlinda G. Dael, SEPS, Dr. Irish Caril D. Monte, the DIO, Mark Lauren T. Tejano, Team Misamis Oriental, the Be More Creative Team.
Ayan, of course. Congratulations to all of you po, and thank you very much. Our very own Bigotten Debutant Creative Force, Mary Anthony Sierras, Ralph Sangon Mabulay, Fatima Villaremo, and Clifford B. Liponhay.
With the all-out support of our personnel from the ORD, Miss Juvia Estrella, Annabel Baculio, Mary Grace Makaambak, and Joanna Pasco for our food today.
Yes.
We would also like to thank Sir Elson Hamero and the team from Camiguin for the Bigotten Debutant jingle.
And of course, Sir Nick Pandiares for his generosity again, as always, in helping us facilitate or account for the use of the StreamYard platform.
And of course, thank you to our very own DepEd Regional Office 10 family,
The 14 Schools Division offices,
all our DepEd schools,
our stakeholders,
lahat ng ating mga
at
ka-DepEd,
lahat ng nanonood sa atin ngayon, maraming salamat po.
and of course, Paulo, to our learners, the heart of DepEd Region 10. And by the way, Paulo, ang ating featured division on May 18, that will be next Tuesday, mao ang division of Bukidnon. So from the roaring MisOR Be More team, we will go to the Bukidnon Bulls on May 18 nga pagasundan rather sa division of Misamis Occidental sa May 25.
That's right. Well, having said that, partner, ug din hinatapos ang atong ikasiyam nga edisyon sa atong programa. Ako si Ramon Gonzalez Abrera, aka Paulo, ang inyong Public Affairs Unit Lead Officer.
Og ako, sab si Attorney Candy Zenia Racoma Razon, ang inyong rakista abogada, aka Rada. Kami ang inyong kauban,
Kasaligan,
kadangpan,
kadeped. Hangtod sa sunod higayon, kini ang Bigotten Debutant.
Amihan ng Mindanao, pagkahiusan.
Thank you very much, SDS, ASDS, Chief.
Thank you, MisOR.
Be more creative.
Sa edukasyon, maitulong nga maangkon. Bigotten Debutant, DepEd Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now. We're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadeped. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadeped. Amihan ng Mindanao, DepEd Northern Mindanao. Ambihan ng Mindanao, pagkaiusan ng paibabaw. Bigotten Debutant, pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon. Bigotten Debutant, DepEd Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now. We're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, sisikapan natin kamtin, kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. DepEd Northern Mindanao, amihan ng Mindanao. Bigotten Debutant, Bigotten Debutant. Amihan ng Mindanao, pagkahiusan ng paibabaw. Bigotten Debutant, Pagpadayon sa edukasyon, mao'y tumong nga maangkon. Bigat and depth and depth in Northern Mindanao, for the learners then and now, we're always here to serve you no matter how. Pangarap natin abutin, pagsisikapan natin kaming kalidad na edukasyon para sa bata, para sa bansa. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadeped. Kauban, kasaligan, kadampan, kadeped. Ambihan ng Mindanao, Deped Northern Mindanao. Ambihan ng Mindanao, iusan ng paibabaw. Bigat and deped din, pagpadayon sa edukasyon.